Hi, I'm Drew with the Writing Center at CU Denver. This online workshop is about developing complex academic arguments and writing thesis statements. On the agenda for this workshop is to first discuss how developing an argument requires listening to and entering a conversation already in progress, as well as writing a clear, representative thesis statement to articulate your argument. From there, I'll introduce 5 criteria writers can use to evaluate thesis statements. Finally, I'll show you where to actually position your thesis statements in an essay so that reader expectations are fulfilled. Part 1. Developing an argument is academic inquiry. Unlike an argument you might have with a friend or family member, one involving opinions, loaded feelings, or even narrow personal experience, the development of an academic argument requires that you first engage in a process of inquiry, whereby you read and listen to what others have already said about a topic, identify a gap or aspect of the issue that hasn't already been discussed at length, and then attempt to contribute to the conversation and fill that gap by asserting something new. This graphic represents an argument in isolation, one that doesn't acknowledge the conversation already happening. It simply asserts an overly general, mostly uninteresting claim and backs it with a handful of marginally related support points. For example, this writer of an argument in isolation might claim that, in America, everyone should speak English. As support, the writer could cobble together paragraphs about the country being founded by English speakers, how speaking one language will unite everyone, how English is already universal, and how English would ease tensions and conflicts. Fine. But this outline could have, and probably was written, before ever reading or listening to a single voice already engaged in a conversation of this topic. And based on this outline, the writer could simply go find any old source to drop into each paragraph as evidence and call it good. Such an approach is absent of critical thinking and academic inquiry and will not result in an argument that most readers will find compelling. More complex arguments are developed following a conversation model. Here, a spark, something we see, hear, or read that strikes us as interesting, revealing, or even strange, leads us to first explore the conversation, or what's already being said and written on a topic. Maybe we do that online or at the library or with our friends. After listening to one voice or idea in the conversation, we revise our first impressions of the spark or topic. We then continue on and listen to another voice, revise our thoughts again, lather, rinse, repeat. In this listening and revising, we develop a working thesis statement. In a university context, the conversation will likely be related to something you're studying in a course. So, say you're in a class called Culture, Racism, and Alienation, and you're given the following simplified essay prompt. The first step in your academic inquiry process is to find a spark, an aspect or angle of an issue discussed in class that you find interesting, revealing, or otherwise worthy of investigation. Your spark might come to you right away, or you may need to search online, revisit course material, or go find related readings or media before something grabs your attention. Maybe that spark in your Culture, Racism, and Alienation course is the 2009 documentary Speaking in Tongues that you watched in class. Let's watch the trailer for the film so we can begin to discuss how to develop an argument and thesis statement. Please return now to the workshop module and watch the embedded trailer for Speaking in Tongues. Follow the directions for taking notes on your first impression and position regarding this issue.